good Friday. It just so happens to be October 18th. Do you know what that means? Yeah, I do. That means I, today, am 1 year older. Unfortunately, now I'm old. I turned 58 today. 58. I am the first person who will sit here and tell you I cannot believe I made it to 58. When I think about all the stupid shit that I did, all the stupid crap that I've ingested, all the stupid dares I've done throughout my life, I'm still shocked that I actually made it to be 58 years old. Yeah. Now, there's some of you who are watching this, you're 58, or you're older, or you're younger. At least that's the way it works. The way I was taught in school anyway. And we've all are at that stages in our life, wherever our ages, our chronological. I just got a new tongue for my birthday and it's not working properly. Whatever your age is, you're at a stage in your life that you've never been before. So there's new challenges, new things. And the one thing that I found out about turning 58, or from 55 till currently, is it sucks balls. It sucks fucking balls. Big time. We get to that point in our life where our bodies start saying, no, we're not doing that. And we have that internal fight with our brain and our body. The brain says, hell yeah, let's go kayaking. Let's jump off a cliff into a quarry. We can still do that. We're still hip, cool. And our body overrides that and goes, are you out of your freaking mind? Do you want to die? You stupid moron. You don't want to do that. But we also have the joy of experiencing life and really understanding what it means. And when I was in my 20s, children was something I didn't even think of. I liked kids. I just didn't want any of my own. And I got into my 30s, got divorced, started messing around with some other women. These women had kids. I was like, hey, I like this kid thing. Then I ran into the problem. Is this the woman I want my children to spend their weekends with? And I said, no. I didn't want to be a weekend dad. I didn't want to be all that shit. I don't believe in that. I really don't. And there are some guys that they can have children and they just see ya. Never see them again. Not me. That's part of the reason we moved down to Florida. My stepdaughter's in college. I could not bear the fact in my head that she would be 4 or 5 states away from us. As you can tell, I really did well in school. Let me see, there's Indiana, no, there's Illinois, Kentucky. That's 4 states, basically 4 states. Regardless, I couldn't stand the fact that she'd be that far away from me. And as we learned from last year, her first year in college, it was a damn good thing we were here because we had to go and help her out a couple times. And it's nice to know I'm only 40 minutes away. But that's getting slightly off subject. That's a completely different video. I could go on for hours about talking about my kid because she's freaking awesome. Thank God she takes after her mother, because if she took after me, she would still be in grade school trying to pass. Because I'm not a smart guy. I've only done 2 things in my life that are extremely smart. One was marry my wife, Lisa. That was a plus. That was a plus. And moving down to Florida. That was another plus. No, I'm not trying to ward off evil spirits. But back to the subject of getting older. I know there's some guys out here on my YouTube friends list here that are older than me. Some of them are younger than me. But there comes a great epiphany with getting older. And I think that is when your brain matures. I mean, my brain's had gray hair before I had gray hair, just because of the lifestyle I lived before it. Like I said, I'm surprised, thank God, because what's that saying? By the grace of God, there goes me, or something like that. Well, I'm a living testament to that. I should have been dead a few times in my life. But when you have a matured brain, you really start to look at life differently. You really do. And I am at that point in my life now. In 2 more years, I'm 60. That boggles my mind. I can't even wrap my head around that thought. And of course, you get the physical ailments that plague a lot of us as we get older. The other day, I was in the bathroom doing my thing, and I went to go get up off the old toiletto, and I went, oh! And it scared me because I thought my dad was here. Another thing with age is you start to understand what your parents were talking about. What the hell were they talking about back then? All of a sudden you wake up one day. Now, this didn't happen to me when I'm 58. This happened back in my 40s. I woke up one day and was like, oh my God, I get it. And then when you start to raise children, I married a woman with 3 kids. That's a whole other experience. When you have never been in the father slash daddy slash overseer, that's the way everyone's son used to see me, as the overseer. Evil, I was rotten. You know, can't blame him. He was a young guy. Had a lot of bullshit going on in his life. But the physical breakdowns in your life. Now, I have a bad back, but that has nothing to do with age. That has to do with an an on-the-job accident that I had back in 1992. That's why it makes it really. You should see me get off a couch. It's comical. I feel like I'm 90 some days when I go to get up off the couch. Sometimes I have to do it 2 or 3 times before I can get up off the couch. But the other things is, like, I remember when I think I was 42. I had perfect eyesight. I mean, absolutely perfect eyesight. Every time I'd go in for my CDL physical, I'd pass 100%. Absolutely, flying colors, off the charts, perfect health, perfect sight, perfect reflexes, the whole deal. I hit 42. I woke up one morning, I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just still hungover and screwed up from the night before. No, I wasn't. It was my eyes. That's why I have to wear these things. Because if I took them off, I can see the screen, but it's just a blur. Pretty good looking blur too. Oh, no, never mind. I don't regret being the age I am. I really don't, because it has brought so many wonderful changes in my life. There's a few things in my life that I wish were different. I wish things were different between me and my father. I wish things were different between me and his second family that he cherishes more than the ground he walks on, and his other kids are, them. I wish things had been different with my mother's. Now, the reason I say that is because there's 2 women in my life that possibly could have been my mom. One was an Italian woman, and one was part American Indian. That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I don't think is my mother, because she treated me like shit her whole life. But regardless, they're both deceased, in the ground, decomposing. And the sad thing is I don't miss either one of them. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that a terrible thing to say? Man, that's just... It just bothers me that I don't have a good family connection with the people I should. Another aspect of growing older, besides getting that extra little bit of wisdom and that extra little bit of emotional feeling. Oh, speaking of that, I don't know if any of you other guys go through this. But my God, when you start losing testosterone out of your body, holy shit, do you turn into the biggest emotional wimp bag there is. I get fucking teary-eyed watching a goddamn commercial about somebody talking to their mother on the telephone. Okay? I watch a news story about some kid who got lost for 10 minutes in the store and his mother finds him, and I'm over there going, oh my God, that poor kid. But at the same time, somebody says something I don't like, I want to rip your goddamn head off and shit down your throat. Okay? So it's like a second puberty stage. It really is. The first one you go through, you get the voice change and all that, and you get the, oh my God, my wiener's popping up for no reason at all thing. You get that, oh my God, that's what girls are for thing. But when you get to be this age, in your 40s and 50s, the second puberty is when you totally lose control over your emotional aspects of your life. I talk to my daughter, over texting. And it's, hi, how are you? And by the time the conversation's over, I feel like I could cry for hours. I hate it. I hate being this way. I really do. I can't stand it. But it comes with losing the testosterone out of your body, I guess. I don't know. I can't stand it, but it is what it is, and you got to deal with it and have the best fun you can in life. But I think I've rambled on pretty much about enough about becoming old and decrepit and useless, which I'm not decrepit. I am old and I am useless right now, so I got 2 out of the 3 going for me. So I'm going to try for a trifecta maybe next year, when I'm probably in a wheelchair or an iron lung because I can't walk, right? Because of my back. Oh yeah, and plus, I also have a bad left knee. I broke it in a car accident in 82. It's like every 10 years I break something. 82 is the knee, 92 is the back. That's what happened, by the way. I broke my back in 1992. I broke it in 3 places. And it hurts. It hurts. Then I've had my gallbladder removed. I've never had many major surgeries. And I'm not at the point now. I mean, I live down the street from a bunch of elderly people. It's not a 55 and up community, but a lot of people live there are that way. And every now and then I'll talk to a couple of people when I'm out with my dogs. And, you know, and it's just like talking to your grandparents. Hi, how are you doing? Well, if it wasn't for my sacroiliac wasn't bothering me today, I'd be pretty good. But I'm going to go in the house and lay down, put a heating pad on it, and that'll help a lot better. Okay, I didn't ask you what your freaking health problems were. I asked you how you were. But, you know, you find yourself geared up. How you doing? Well, my back's hurting. It just comes out naturally. Just naturally. And then I stop and I say to myself, what are you doing? What in God's name are you doing? Why are you telling complete strangers about your health ills? Or woes? So then I switch to my other go-to subject. I talk about my daughter. How's it going? Well, you know, I'm not doing really well, but my kid is doing freaking awesome at school. And they go, oh, really? Okay. Well, how is she doing? Well, she's doing this and that. It's just funny. And I'm kind of a scatterbrain. I've got one of those, I guess, in today's world, you'd call it ADHD, and I don't believe in that. I think it's a bullshit thing. I think it's just a disease or a made-up symptom for pharmacies to make more money with pills. But, I mean, when I was in school, we had kids who had ADD, but it was cured. Your teacher sends a note home, your dad read the note, and you're not sitting still in school. What the fuck's wrong with you? Sit down and listen. Okay. And it worked. Not today. Oh, you can't concentrate in school? Here's some Ritalin. Here's some Xanax. Here's some Percocet. If you don't pay attention, at least you'll be snoozing. That's another thing about getting old. The changes that you see in your timeline, in your lifespan. I mean, I think about people like my wife's grandfather who saw the invention of the automobile. He saw the invention of the airplanes getting bigger and better and faster. And you just have to stop and think, what is the world going to be like when I'm 90, if I live to be 90? My wife will probably kill me by then. But if I live to be 90, what are the changes going to be in this world? Just in my short time, cell phones, just cell phones in my short time. My very first cell phone, I was thrilled to death to get it. It was a flip phone. And I thought I was living on technology's ass, man. I thought I had. And the first time I could look at my cell phone and get weather, are you flipping kidding me? Weather on my phone? Oh! And now look. Now, with the current phone I have, I can do all that. I can take pictures, I can take videos, I can make phone calls. I mean, everything that you need is in the palm of your hand these days. And that's something that just boggles my mind. This happened in my lifetime. I mean, I would love to go back in time and get somebody from like the 1800s and bring them back to modern times and say, this is a cell phone, and watch their head go, you know? It's amazing. But I've rambled on long enough. I'm sure this video is going to be too long because I do it in sections. I got to edit them all together here in a minute. But, yep, October 18th, 1961, I was brought to this earth in Waukegan, Illinois at St. Teresa Hospital. I was born there because I wanted to be close to my mom. And unfortunately, she didn't want to be close to me. Don't give me the O's and O. My mom was a very distant individual, whoever she was. Both of them were very distant to me. And it's probably because my dad's an asshole. He really is. And that's the thing. I get older, I get a little bit grumpier, but I'm still a happy guy. I really am. I'm still a happy guy. I'm even more happy when I'm smoking weed. I'm even more happy when, I have a beer to go with it. I still like to do the party thing a little bit, not terribly. I don't like to wake up with hangovers. I don't really drink a lot. Maybe 6 beers in a month at the very, very most. I'm just not a drinker. I don't like alcohol that much. But 1 beer on my birthday is okay. Now, like my dad, though, the older my father gets, the more grumpy as shit he becomes. And I don't get it. Why? You've got more money than you know what to frickin' do with. You live in a nice house. You live in a nice area. You got grandkids that are always coming over and bothering you, and I don't get people. I just want to stay as even-keeled in the head as I can, if that makes any sense. But, like I said, I've gone on long enough. Thanks for watching. Everybody who subscribed to me recently, I can't thank you enough. It's wonderful. It's, sorry, I burped. I was trying to cover it up. Now you do that in public and we're going to burp. It's like, oh, there you go. I tried to cover it up, but I keep forgetting I'm wearing my lavalier microphone right now, and it probably picked it up, so. Like I said, 58 today. And I'm as shocked as anybody else who's known me for a long period of time. But it is what it is, and it can only get better. I don't know what this was, but I did it. Like I said, everybody subscribed to me recently. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you taking the time to subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I entertain you. Hopefully I make you laugh a little bit. Hopefully I make you forget about life and the big truck that just rolled by. Hopefully the mic didn't pick that up, but I'm sure it did. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your Friday and your weekend. We will see you on the very next one. See ya. Bye.